way that you confuse people is a very simple formula, and that is you demasculinize males and you defeminize females, and you have them switch roles. You take the females and make them masculine, and take the males and make them feminine, and you got mass confusion right there, big time. You got complete chaos, and it's almost like a huge joke, and it's happening right before your eyes. But people don't know the significance of that. They say that, well, this is just another form of doing whatever. They don't understand that this is a major form of causing confusion and disaster. You already have males, and you already have females. Why do you need to switch roles when you already have a male person? That's like, you're going to turn a tree into a rock and turn a rock into a tree. You already got trees. You already have rocks. What do you need to switch for? Particularly when the tree doesn't have the features of a rock, or the rock doesn't have the features of a tree. And this is exactly what they're doing. They're saying everything is everything. That there's no difference between anything when it comes to some things that they designate that there's no difference. And then they play that out. And they almost scream in laughter at how, for the most part, the most intelligent of black people buy into that. And just nod, just like, robots. And say, yes, that makes sense when it makes no sense at all. And that's who they start with, the most intelligent, because that's how you control people. You get a very articulate black person to say, oh, yes, a male is a female. After all, he has nipples on his chest. Yes, that's a sure thing. That's a guarantee. And say it with great passion. And a female, well, everything's the same. What's the difference? You treat everything the same. Why make a difference between, how you address everything? Everything's the same anyway. A lamppost is the same as a wolf. That's the kind of logic that the white supremacists will sit up with their feet on the desk and say, let's run this past black people, because they're so incredibly stupid. Let's see if they'll buy into it. Let's see if they'll buy into the most stupid thing that you can ever come up with. And say it with a straight face and repeat it often enough. And see if they'll buy it. Because it usually works. And sure enough, no matter what it is, whether it's drugs, whatever it is, all they do is just repeat it often enough. And the next thing you know, the most learned of black people will start nodding in unison. And the white supremacists say, niggers forever.
Wow. So you in fact, you had said several times that you felt like the racist white supremacists were going to have black males in dresses. You had said that many years ago. So
I said that in 1972.
Mm-hmm.
And people looked at me and said, no, there are some black people who are like that, and we know that, cross-dressers and all like that. It's always been. Say, but that's not going to become the general rule. And I said, oh, yeah, you think not? And they said, well, Fuller's gone off the deep end, he gets carried away sometimes with his reasoning and with his, and I said, well, lots of things that they have said would not happen, have happened, all down through the history of the system of white supremacy. I said, they're moving into the refined stage where the price of doing the business of white supremacy is getting more difficult, which means they're going to come up with more and more ideas that even when black people are well fed and well housed, they will be like prima donna dogs. Because, after all, the white supremacists feed their dogs well. I mean, and take care of them, pet them.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right. Dress them up sometimes in fancy clothing. Have show dogs, but they're still dogs. Lots of bling bling for the dog. But the dog is still a dog. Doesn't have a mind that goes into the realm of what you call a human being. Stay away from that. Do not let a nigger become a human being, ever. And you can do this by messing with his mind, so that he doesn't have any humane characteristics at all. You might come across as a pedigreed animal who's very docile, who's very cooperative, who's highly trained. But that's what a nigger's supposed to be. Don't let him have a mind of his own where he thinks about anything constructive. As long as it's non-constructive, oh yeah, that's what it's all about when it comes to those people. Don't let them get off and start doing anything constructive, particularly on their own, that's not under your tutelage. Because then they become dangerous. Dangerous to what? To the system of white supremacy.